What's up, fam? How are you guys? Thank you for coming to this video. Today I've got some news for you. We pushed the first big content update for our game. It is Vampire Spec. That's right, it's not a stand, it's a spec. You get it, it goes in your inventory just like this. I'm gonna show you how to get it fast and easy. And yes, I'm gonna make sure you get some free arrows. What are these guys doing? Stop pushing me, man. I'm gonna show you guys how to play it. Full showcase, and I'm gonna even show you some of the nitty gritty stuff, some of the code behind the scenes, the hitboxes, the damages, the ranges, all that good stuff. We're gonna have some good codes in this video to get you the stuff you need to get the vampire spec, so let's just get right into it. Let's go. Alright, first off guys, I want to remind you all to sub to this channel if you're not subbed already. We're going to be putting out a lot more regular content videos. They're going to be codes that are only available on the YouTube videos, and it's going to show you everything you need to know about every stand that we're releasing. We're going to do our best to put out a stand every single week. We're going to have leaks on here, we're going to have fun stuff, and just definitely sub to the channel. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Over here, we're going to have codes that are absolutely unique to Twitter. So you want to follow us here to get these codes right there. All the links you need are in the description, and of course join the Discord, guys. So we just put this update out yesterday, and we have a team of testers forming up, and we're going to be making sure that we test our game updates in a testing server. If you want to be a tester, you need to join the Discord. Again, links for all this stuff is right down there. If you're new to the game, guys, you want to talk to this guy as soon as, not this guy, that's me. See, that's me right here. You want to talk to this guy that looks just like me, and he's got some news for you. And of course, he's got free arrows. There's a code, and you just hit this little Twitter button right there. You open that up, and you can enter codes. Now, I'm going to put all of the existing codes on the screen right now. They're also going to be right down in the description, but let's do this. I want to have a code just for you guys watching this YouTube video right now. So let's just make one. All right, let's just pop over to the code right now, and I'm going to enter a brand new code for you guys. I'm going to call this one thanks for subbing. All right, so that's if you've subbed to this YouTube channel. If you haven't subbed, don't enter this code. Okay, that's not for you. I'm going to have it give you guys 50 arrows right there, and that's going to expire at the end of this month. All right, that's a little code right there. Only use this if you subbed to Planet Milo. All right, so now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's talk about Vampire. So Vampire is the first spec in the game, and you equip it just like you equip a stand, right? So I can store this spec right there, and I can pull a stand out, or I can just equip them at any time. And they also level up just like stands do. So this is a 3-star vampire. You only get a 1-star when you start. And there's been some changes to the arrow game passes and stuff like that. I'm gonna explain that later in the video. But just know that when you open up the mask, you just get a 1-star. To get the vampire, you're gonna need to collect 100 mask fragments. These are those right there. All right, so you get mask fragments all over the map. They spawn as random items, but also these dudes right here, these Santana guys, they drop the mask fragments. So you kind of want to grind these guys for a little while, and you're going to get 100 mask fragments. Once you get 100 mask fragments, you're going to go over here and you want to talk to Jonathan. All right, when we talk to Jonathan, he tells us all about this stuff and the stone masks and all the things like that. You click trade, and now at this point, you can either sell your mask fragments for 8,000 cash, or you can craft a stone mask. Boom, you do that right there, and then the stone mask will be right here in your inventory. As you can see, I've got like 97 of these things because I've been testing it, but you know. All right, so let's store my 3-star, and I want to show you guys the animation when you open the stone mask, because I think it's pretty cool. I definitely think it's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna stand right here so you guys can see everything, and we're gonna we're gonna open our inventory, and we're gonna go to stone mask, and you just click use item, and wada boom, boom, I am now vampire. All right, so I've got a 1-star vampire right there. I'm gonna go ahead and trash that because you know what? My 3-star is just so much better. And so all you got to do is you just level it up just like you do a stand, and then you can evolve it using 100 soul orbs just like stands. All right, so 100 mass fragments, how long does that take? It takes about an hour. I've heard from a lot of people. I never actually grinded it for myself, but everybody's saying it takes about an hour, but I got a quick shortcut for you guys to make this fast and easy. So I want to give a big shout out to Noodle Games right over here on YouTube. The link for this channel is down in the description. I gave Noodle Games a special code that gives you 30 mask fragments. It's the only code out there that gives mask fragments, okay? I think. And well, there's another one on Twitter that gives you 20, okay? So you've got a good head start. But you want to go over to his video right here, new JoJo vampire update. First, before you do that, I want you to sub to Noodle Games and like this video. And in that video, he gives his code. I'm not going to give it to you. You got to go over there to do it. Shout out to you, Noodle Games. All right, so we're going to dive into all the moves on Vampire. I'm going to showcase everything. I'm going to show you guys all the info and the stats that you want to know. But first, I want to talk about this update and how it's going to connect to some of the future updates. So Vampire is going to be part of a chain of evolutions that you're not going to use arrows for. You're going to start with the vampire mask, and then that is going to evolve into a new mask that you're going to craft using a stone mask and a bunch of Pillar Man horns that you're going to get in the new dungeon that's coming out in the next update. You're then going to craft a horned mask, which you can then use to evolve Vampire into a Pillar Man. So you can be a Pillar Man like Santana and Wamu and AC/DC and these guys, okay? Then eventually you're going to be able to get the Aha Stone and put that into a stone mask, and then you're going to be evolved into ultimate life form, aka carbs. All right, so that's part of a chain of evolutions that we have planned. We're gonna also be working on the hand next. So the hand, if I pull this one out, this will be the next stand that comes out. And we already have the model for it, as you can see. There's the hand model, and everybody's trying to troll me. But that will be the next stand, along with the dungeon update that's coming out very, very soon, like next week. All right, so I'm over here in studio, and I'm going to show you the arena. So this is Skeleton Heelstone from part 2, and what you're going to do is you're going to actually pay cash. That's what cash is going to be for, to get over here to the arena. And then you're gonna teleport in right here, and this is where Joseph's going to be. We're also going to put Caesar in here, and Caesar's going to be the one that helps you craft the horned mask. And so you're going to jump down in here into this arena. There's going to be a bunch of stuff going on down in here, plus there's going to be Wamus that you kill, and they're going to drop the horns, plus you're going to be able to find some other loot around the dungeon too, and that is how you'll craft the horned mask. This will be our first dungeon, and we're pretty excited about it. And so dungeons are going to be paid entry to get in, and every time you want to come back, you got to pay more cash to get in. So that's what cash is going to be for. All right, 2 more little changes to this update. We actually changed the 2x arrow luck game pass into what we're now calling super arrows, and I guess the image is broken, so I'll fix that really soon. But with this pass, you can now get higher ranked stands with an arrow. So what used to be was that when you opened up an arrow, you would get a chance at a 1, 2, or 3 star. Now, without that game pass, you cannot. So I don't think I have this game pass. Right, so I don't have this game pass right now, okay? So when I go into game, let's see, I'm gonna open up an arrow, and as you will see, I don't get any stars up here. So there's no way to get a higher ranked stand. You're going to start with a 1-star stand no matter what without that game pass. I'm going to go ahead and trash that guy. So with the game pass, you then gain access to getting 2 stars and 3 stars right from an arrow. So as you can see right here, there's a 3% chance to get a 3-star right from the arrow. That's pretty good. So 3 out of 100 arrows that you open up, you're gonna get a 3-star. All right, now let's get into the details of Vampire. Now Vampire regenerates health differently. All right, so everybody is regenerating 1 health per second except for Vampire, who only regenerates 1 health per second at night, and they do not regenerate health during the day. So as you can see, it just turned night, lucky for me on this video, and now my health is actually regenerating. So that's something you need to deal with vampire, is that, you know, you're only going to be regenerating half the time. The day and night cycle is 10 minutes. So we got 10 minutes of day and then 10 minutes of night. Now, it's also important to note though that some of the abilities have life steal. All right, and so for example, my barrage has a life steal. So I'm gonna go over here and I'll barrage real quick. As you can see, I'm actually healing pretty quickly. And then we have a regular punch, which heals me even more. So that's really important to know. Let's go ahead and look at the stats. All right, so if we go in here to the code, I'm showing you guys the code right here. Barrage actually has a life steal of 1.5 health per hit, and it's hitting 4 times potentially per second, okay? So it does 4 hits per second. Each one that lands is gonna give you a life steal of 1.5. That's amazing. Now your regular punch is actually giving you a life steal of 8. So if you can land a regular punch, then you're gonna be healing yourself up really fast. So that's sort of counteract the disadvantage that Vampire has during the day. All right, so those are our 2 main regen abilities, but we have another ability that's also very important to keep attention of while you're playing Vampire, and that's Vampiric Sacrifice, which is essentially a rage mode. You turn it on and it will just stay on for you. It has a cooldown, but then you have to wait for that cooldown. You can turn it back off. I'm gonna turn rage back off, okay? What does rage do? So rage actually gives you 2 times damage. You're gonna do double damage with all attacks. Every single one of these attacks will do double damage, but here's the issue. It's actually doing 2 damage to you per second while you have rage on. So as you can see, it's nighttime here. I have regeneration at night, 1 hit point per second, but then I'm doing 2 damage to myself by having rage on, so I'm actually going down by 1 hit point per second with vampiric rage on. During the day, that's going to go down by 2 hit points per second. So you will actually just eventually die. Now, I'm at a 3-star vampire, so I actually have 200 hit points, which is more hit points than any stand in the game right now. But if I come over here and I do some barrage at night, you can see I'm healing at a much faster rate than I'm being damaged. So managing this health is kind of what we thought would make Vampire a lot more fun to play. Now, let's talk about the next move. We have Freeze Punch, that's the R key. Now, if you land a Freeze Punch, boom, you freeze the opponent. And that's it. It basically just, you know, it freezes them, it pauses them up so you can then do damage to them and just kind of troll them in general. The next move I want to talk about is Zombie Summon. This one's really fun actually. It's going to summon 3 zombies, and they're going to go out, they're going to target, each one's going to target a different random target. It can be NPCs, it can be players. And as soon as it gets close to them, it blows up and their heads explode and it does damage. It's got a bit of a longer cooldown, but let me tell you, this move makes the chaos happen. I'm over here on the script for Vampire Zombies right now, and I want to show you some of the stats, okay? This is important stuff to know. You're only going to get it right here on this video. It will target anybody up to 50 studs away from you, okay? They last for 10 seconds before they blow up. If they get within 2 studs of any of its target, they will blow up. When they do blow up, they will then do a blast attack on anybody within 10 studs of them, and they do 20 damage. Now that is at 1 star. So obviously at a 3-star vampire, they're gonna be doing 60 damage. And they don't just hit the person they target. Anybody within 10 studs takes damage. All right, the final move to talk about is Laser Eyes. Now, Laser Eyes is actually capable of shooting through solid objects in the game. So it's one of our few projectiles so far that actually will go right through an object. That's because lasers are supposed to cut through anything at all. They'll cut through other players, they'll cut through mobs. You can hit multiple things with it on each blast. And they do have a rather small hitbox, okay? But they will do basically damage to, oops, somebody did the white snake acid shot on me. They will just shoot right through everything. We also are keeping a Trello right now. I really would prefer if we had all the information in game, but there's a lot of information, there's a lot of stands right now. So I'm gonna put the Trello link down in the description. And as you can see in here right now, Laser Eyes does 15 damage. That's a 1-star. So we're talking about 45 damage, and it is incredibly long range. You can snipe from very far away. It has a really quick cooldown, and it actually doesn't pin you in place space while you're moving around. So sometimes it looks like the laser's going off to the side or something like that. It's just basically lag between the server and the client, but you don't get pinned like a lot of moves. You can run and dodge while you're shooting laser. So link for this Trello is down in the description as well. And as you can see, we have information on obtainable specs and obtainable stands. So you can go ahead and look for information. These aren't all fully filled out yet. We're working on that right now. And you can also see what's upcoming right here, what we have planned and what we're doing next. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope I gave you all the information that you need to get Vampire quick and easy and have a lot of fun. Big shout out to all the players in the game right now. You guys are awesome. We had a lot of fun in here, and we're going to see you in the next video. Peace.